Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
This is a special service in that we are going to be celebrating Hanukkah in addition to our regular Shabbat service. And we're going to start off by inviting anybody who brought a menorah with them.
Some of us were at Temple.
Some of them did. But I'm going to get my assistant, Maya Nathan, to come up and light the big one over here. And we will start with the Hanukkah blessings.
I'm waiting for them to get there and ready.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting.
That's all right. Hope everyone has a good holiday. Anybody who's online who haven't lit their Hanukkah candles tonight, this would be a good time.
Okay,
Do you need a,
I'll light your shiners here. Whoa.
sorry for the dead air, but it's for a good cause.
She's not working it, here.
Got a light?
Great miracle just happened here.
It stayed lit. It stayed lit. You need to light that little one too.
We could do that.
You ready?
We're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu, hayomim ha'olim, Lazman hazeh. Because this is the first night we're lighting it in the temple, we'll do a Shehecheyanu as well. But you can start lighting though. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, Shehecheyanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Amen. So, we're going to have for our Nigun, and we're going to sing O Hanukkah, which is on page 365 in your prayer book. O Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. They remind us of days long ago.
At this time, we turn to page 2 for the lighting of the Shabbat candles, and I call up Rachel and Maya Nathan.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
We read responsively. on the bottom of page 6.
What about the Kiddush?
I'll do that,
Oh,
sorry, Kiddush next, okay. That's on page
4 and 5.
Four and
5,
five.
actually.
Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'yachavo ratzon hinkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh, Bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah, lemikroei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu b'charta, v'yatanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, V'yachava uvratzon hinkaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
L'chaim. Now we turn to the bottom of page 6, and we read responsively. May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. And welcome all who cares to, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block
To young or straying
feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
And we turn to page 10.
I'm going to sing Hine Matovu, which I can't even see here. Oh, at the very top. Hine Matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
On page 20, we're going to sing L'cha Dodi, which,
We'll do that.
which
But jazz up
stanzas?
first. The first and last verse.
First, okay, in the last verse, we rise and turn to the door to greet the Sabbath bride.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabala la la. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, penei penei shabbat nekabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el ha'mayachad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet b'tihi la 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 lechadoti, Likrat likrat kala, B'nei b'nei shabbat nekabala. Lecha lekadoti, likrat likrat kala, B'nei b'nei shabbat nekabala.
Please rise.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam sichecha u'v'zola, Toch emuneh am segula, Boi kala, Boi kala. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, B'nai b'nai Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nai b'nai Shabbat nekabala.
On page 22, the bottom. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-string harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Together, bloom like a date palm. They fly like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourished in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock. We turn to page 26 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Chatzi Kaddish. Oh, I didn't know we were doing that one. Yikada v'yitkada shemei rabbah.
V'yamad v'akirotei v'yamlech malchutei v'chayekon u'yomekon u'kaye dekol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbo mevorach le'olam le'omei omaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishabach v'yipar v'yiroman v'yitnaseh v'yitzadach v'yitzaleh v'yitzalal shmei v'kedusha b'richu Leila min kol birata v'shirata tushbekata v'nechemata dahaniram b'yoma b'yamaru. Amen. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. Please rise for the Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever.
Praise
Praise
be
be
Adonai,
done.
to whom praise is due now and forever.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv haravim b'chokhmah poteach sharim unit v'nei u'mishanei itim u'makalif et hazmanim umsader et hakokavim b'mishmarotehem b'rakir kirtzono borei yom v'layla v'leil or mivnei choshek v'choshek mivnei or Umavir yom umeviv laila, umadil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavaot shemo, El chai v'chayam, Tamid yimlok aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamaviv. On page 33, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Blessed is God's glory. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. You may be seated. And together on 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha uv'kol nafshecha uv'kol meodecha. Yu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi matzatcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechlecha v'aderech v'shachpacha uv'kumecha ukshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha l'ma'an tizkaru v'hasitem kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hoseti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'ohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. On page 39, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that this, wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. On page 40.
Mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh. No ra tehilot, o seifele, no ra tehilot, o seifele. Malchutecha, ra'uvanecha, bokei hayam, Livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Zeili anu yamru, Adonai imlo, Adonai imlo, le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar kivodo, Adonai et Yaakov, u'glo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Go'al Yisrael.
On the top of page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'yakol amo Yisrael v'Yerushalayim.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת Lasod et ha-Shabbat לדורות ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כששת ימין עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
On page 45.
A thought
A thought has blown the marketplace away.
There is a song in the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day. And eternity utters a day. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai
You
dai,
rise for the
yai
tefillah.
dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Adonai Fatah Tita Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai Fatah Tita Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Anora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, Umevi Gula Livnei v'Nehem, V'ma'an Shamo B'A'ava. Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Yizrah Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lo'Shia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem. Mechachel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayem Imunato Lishanei Afar. Mi Kamocha Ba'al Giverot, Umi Domelach, Melech Memit Umkaye Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'aman Atah V'Chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, V'Chayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh Kakadosh, Udoshim B'Kol Yom V'Halucha Zala. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated. On the top of page 55, May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. Together, may all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh HaShabbat. On the bottom of page 59, we read together, "When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shelcha ucha na'el la'adot."
Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Ki atah melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atah melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'anecha levarech et Amka Yisrael. B'chol eit u'b'chol sha'ah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Baruch atah Adonai oseh hashalom.
No, we got a silent prayer first.
Yes.
Yehiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefonecha. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefonecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. Yehiyu liratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefonecha. Yehiyu liratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefonecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali.
We now turn to the Mishaberach.
You're gonna sing.
You're going to do the
I'm gonna sing.
Beating like the wings of the raven flying empty, a heart will sing the only song it knows. And breathing in your breath of life, the dove will circle gently, leading to the healing path she chose. and I will reach out to you. Help me find my own song, source of strength. Mishabera, avotenu, vimotenu. Sing to me from where you are. Imotenu, ve'avotenu. Hold me in your loving arms. Mishabera, be a blessing. Amen. Sailing on the water was a way to make us stronger, testing our resilience every day. Walking through the burning sands, the endless days seem longer than our strength to let you guide us on our way. And I will reach out to you. Help me find my own song, source of strength. Mishabera, avotenu, vimotenu. Sing to me from where you are. Imotenu, ve'avotenu. Hold me in your loving arms. Mishabera, be a blessing. Amen. Be a blessing. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Before I do my rather lengthy Devar Torah, I forgot to read out the birthdays. Apparently, no children have birthdays this week, but we do have some adults: Becky Heller, Terry Leonovich, Caitlin Ellis, Robin Cohn, Elisa Klug, Dawson Drewer, and Kimberly Quinones. Wish them all a happy birthday. Did they get birthday presents and Hanukkah presents? Actually, I'm delivering a Devar Lo Torah, no Torah, because the story of Hanukkah does not appear there. But tonight I will discuss the full significance of Hanukkah. We're all familiar with the story. King Antiochus IV had forbidden the practice of Judaism. There arose a small group of Jewish fighters led by Mattathias and his 5 sons, including Judah Maccabee. They led a revolt, despite being vastly outnumbered, and after years of struggle, succeeded in defeating the Greek army. They reclaimed the temple, which they found in ruins. They cleaned it up, removed all signs of the pagan religions that had been housed there, and were ready to rededicate it. However, there was only enough uncontaminated oil to keep the menorah lit for a single day. The great miracle happened. The menorah stayed lit for 8 days, sufficient time to prepare pure oil. And so we commemorate the miracle by lighting candles for 8 days, just as we did tonight. The rabbis, by the way, emphasized this because they weren't particularly happy with what happened with the Maccabees after they set up the Hasmonean dynasty. It was kind of bloody, and it led to a lot of fractionalization within Judaism of the time. But there's more to the story. Know that the king did not set out to annihilate Jews. Rather, he sought to annihilate Judaism. There were Jews who had given up the practice of Judaism and adopted Hellenism, the pagan culture of the Greeks. These Jews were left alone. Instead, Antiochus prohibited Jewish practice, such as the study of Torah and Shabbat observance. His soldiers desecrated the temple, dedicating it to Zeus and turning it into a palace of idol worship. Jews who continued to practice were forced to eat pork and were executed if they observed the Shabbat. Torah scrolls were burned. There's an important aspect to the story that we must learn and cherish. The victory allowed Jews to perpetuate the monotheistic idea threatened by the Greek religion and culture that Antiochus tried to impose by force. Hebrew monotheism gave the world the idea of one God who created humans as equals and one moral code for the entire world to follow. Because the Maccabees succeeded, monotheism was saved, which made the creation of the Western world possible. So keep that thought in mind as we enjoy family time, eat latkes, and watch the joy on the faces of our children and grandchildren as they open their gifts. Remember the full significance of Hanukkah as we light candles and spread the light of God to the world. And may this be God's will. One final word. I'm greatly indebted to Dennis Prager, who helped me create tonight's words and deepen my understanding the significance of Hanukkah, as well as developing my understanding of Judaism over the past 40 years. My thoughts and prayers are with him for a speedy recovery. Now we're in for a treat. Gary, would you like to introduce what's about to happen?
Sure. This is a song that I entitled Each Night, and I wrote it when the twins, Adam and Allie, as you know, were about 5 years old. Thanks, Linda. Linda wants me to sing into the mic.
Yes.
Each night we light the candles and say a blessing. Each night we celebrate the miracle of Hanukkah. Each night we light the candles and say a blessing. Each night, you know that we get 8 nights of family, 8 nights of fun. We eat the latkes when they are done, and then we start to play with the dreidel, spinning the dreidel around and around. Great fun for the family, good times for everyone. Great fun for the family, good time for everyone. And we're playing the games of dreidel, spinning the dreidels around and around. If it lands on Gimel, there are the happy sounds of children eating chocolate candy, spinning the dreidel around and around. Great fun for the family, good time for everyone. Each night we light the candles and say a blessing. Each night.
Thank you, Gary. At this time, it's my pleasure to call up our treasurer and fellow trustee. What's your name again? Oh, Carl Stamer.
I guess it's better coming up after one of Steve's sermons.
Oh.
Well done. Oh, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. And that very phrase, I always find it interesting because we want to have Shabbat, a day of rest, and you want to have peace on it. And so do the other two major religions. The Christian one that I grew up in, you want the same thing. They just chose a different day of the week, and Islam chose Thursday because that was available. But I always look for the commonalities. You all look for that day of rest and that peace. But first, you have to listen to my announcements. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Temple Solel, welcome to the masses in the temple, and the millions of viewers out there, wherever you may be. We're glad you're here. Gives us a minion. Thanks go to our. Can you both be a soloist?
Sure.
No, why not? Duelists. Linda Epstein and Gary Whitmore. Excellent. Appreciate it. Also, thanks go to Rachel Nathan for being our usher tonight, making sure we all got in there and were able to find a seat. And Dan Stromberg, our jack of all trades back there, making sure the message gets out to the world. Can't forget them. There's going to be an oneg afterwards. There's always food when we get together. And the sponsors tonight, even though one of them didn't even know it, was the Strombergs, Leon Steinberg, and the Tannenbergs, Tannenhaus. Should have been 3 Bergs, would have been better, you know? Anyway, afterwards, they are our sponsors tonight. I'm going to keep the announcements short. Most importantly, this coming Sunday, there is, well, actually, first off, tomorrow, no Torah study. There's no religious school on Sunday. We are taking the weekend off. We'll resume the weekend after. So if you show up tomorrow morning, well, you're here. Nobody else will be here. Women of Temple Solel, on Sunday, January 5th, they're going to have a morning mimosa over at Rips. It will take place at around 9:30, so it'll be time for you people who bring your kids here, drop them off, go over and get soused, and be able to sober up in time to come back to pick up your kids, hopefully with a sober driver. 10 watts. Thursday, January 9th. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights on upcoming things. Everything else is in this week's news. Thursday, January 9th is our monthly night out. And for those who are not quite sure what that means, monthly night out, no, not just the one night that we let people out. It's the night that every month we pick a restaurant nearby to go, and it's actually, they give us a certain percent, like almost 10, sometimes 15% of whatever you spend that comes back to the temple. It doesn't cost you $1 or a dime or a nickel more. So you can go out to eat, something we all do, and while you're doing that, you're raising money for Temple Solel. And this next month, it's got coal fire pizza up in Wall Chapel. And I need to put in a good word for the men of Solel, Super Bowl squares. If I didn't, GR would kill me. So they are out there, $10 for one, $25 for 3. And if you should happen to come up with a square that matches the first, second, third, or final quarter of the Super Bowl, you win some money. And the rest of the money doesn't come to Men of Solel, it goes to the food pantry. And, on behalf of Religious School, for those who are 5th grade parents, I don't see any of you in here, but who knows, there's going to be a B'nai Mitzvah meeting on Sunday, January 26th at 10:30 a.m. right here. So there'll be some good information for you if you're getting ready for that. And on that note, thank you. Oh, I didn't thank David Newman for leading our services, sir.
You're quite
Appreciate
welcome.
it. I'm getting out of here.
Dave, before you begin.
Sure.
Say chili cook-off. Chili cook-off.
Chili.
I don't
Is that
know
on
when.
here? What, I don't know what the date is.
Well, we have time.
February 2nd.
February 2nd.
February 2nd, chili cook-off.
February 2nd.
I just received an email this morning from a friend asking if I knew about this, which I didn't. On Sunday at 5 p.m., the Chabad of Bowie is having a candle lighting ceremony at the Bowie Senior Center, if you would care to attend.
Okay, thank you, Linda.
I didn't know there was a Chabad in Bowie till I read that email.
It's new this year.
Yeah. But the-
Okay, we rise, turn to page 282 for the Elenu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula liyotzei b'reishit, shelo asanu kigoyeh haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishbechot hadoma, shelo sam helkenu kohem, v'gor aleinu kehol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
You may be seated. We turn to page 284. For you spread out the heavens and established the earth. Your majestic abode is in the heavens above, and your mighty presence is in the loftiest heights. You are a God, and there is none else. In truth, you are a sovereign without compare, as it is written in your Torah. Know then this day and take it to heart that Adonai is surely God in the heavens above, and on the earth below there is none else.
Page 287. V'nema v'hoy Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
We turn to page 289. In nature's ebb and flow, God's eternal law abides. When tears dim our vision or grief clouds our understanding, we often lose sight of God's eternal plan. Yet we know that growth and decay, life and death all reveal a divine purpose. God, who is our support in the struggles of life, is also our hope in death. We have set God before us and shall not despair. In God's hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Under God's protection we abide, and by God's love we are comforted. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts and fill our spirits with our abiding trust in you. On page 293, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose life had been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Today we remember those who have recently passed: Mal Miller, Omar Natura, John Bilal Sr., Rabbi Zavi Kogan, Floyd W. Anderson Sr., Holly Pector Walters, Connie Scott, Jerry Carney, Rabbi Leonard Kravitz. And remember those who have died in years past: Harry Goldberg, Abe Rudberg, Sharon Sharp, Paul Bernstein, Abraham Singer, Helen Stein, Louise Chapman, James Rome, Dr. Albert Laborowit, Beulah Florence Logan, Nancy Rosnow, Edward Stern, and Shirley Levin. Please rise and join together in the Kaddish on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, Ramah divra kirotei v'yamlech machotei, v'chayachon v'yomechon, v'chayon Israel, v'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mefarach le'olam omei omaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudisho brachu, ve'ol min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, Dani Ram Biamav Viru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chaim Malenu V'achol Yisrael. V'yimaru Amen. Oseh Shalom V'romav. Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu V'achol Yisrael.
V'yimaru. Amen. Our closing hymn is going to be Ma'otzor, Rock of Ages, on 365. Ma'otzor Yeshuati, L'chanu el Shabeach, Tikon beit tefilati, B'sham toda nizabeach, V'yetachim matbeach, Mitzah hamabeach, Ozek mor b'shir mizmor, Hanukkah hamizbeach, Ozek mor b'shir mizmor, Hanukkah hamizbeach. Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amidst the raging foes, was our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke the sword when our own strength failed us. And your word broke the sword when our own strength failed us.
I'll set this up so that lefties can use the knife. I appreciate that.
Maybe.
I think he glued it in, okay. Together the Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Harry, you go.
Boy, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom, and Happy Hanukkah.
Shalom. Yasher Koah.
Thank you.